Hey Anthony, this is Jessica from Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me today and accepting your free video. I know you're super busy with your three businesses, so I'll try and make this as short as possible. And pretty much everything I'm going to show you on this website may also apply to the other websites for your other businesses. Today I'm going to give you a few tips that you can apply right away that will help with your online presence here and help you get more organic leads. Nearly 70% of organic leads do come from your website, so it is really important that your website be properly optimized so you can capture that traffic. Okay, so we're on your website. You have a nice looking website. I love the action here, the click to call, request a quote right here. So it's super easy for your customers to call you right away. That's awesome. It's really important. I noticed that you have a separate page for each one of your services, which is awesome. That is exactly what you need. You do need to make sure that every single one of these pages have their own original content and that they're focused around their own local buyer intent keywords, and that you're not using the same keywords on multiple pages because you can run into keyword cannibalization, which will prevent you from actually getting found online for those keywords. I also noticed that you have multiple service areas and you serve several counties, so it is highly recommended that you have a separate page for each of the cities in these counties that have any type of search volume for your services. That's going to allow you to be found organically. Unfortunately, just having this page listing the counties and then linking to county pages is not actually helping you. And by sending these links to other pages, it's actually hurting you, especially since you don't have any power behind your website. So I would definitely unlink all of those, and I would work on building out separate county and city pages, at least a little bit at a time, because it can get expensive. So if you at least start with one county and build it out a little bit at a time until you eventually have them all. But it's going to help you be found organically for your services. Every service area page should be like a mini home page, and the mini home page should be a summary of each of your services, but focused around the local buyer intent keywords for that specific city. So looking here on your home page, you just have a random list of all your services or keywords, but these are considered national keywords, not local. National keywords are great if you're going to be performing these services around the entire country. But if you actually try and rank for those keywords, very few percentage will actually be local, and people will come to your page and leave, and they're not going to convert. So you really do have to focus on local buyer intent keywords, and those are the keywords people are actively searching in your community for these services right now. Um, um, and I do see an attempt towards a keyword, but you need exact match keywords, and you need to make sure that you do your keyword research because people research differently when they're searching using keywords. So you might have REMLAP fire damage restoration REMLAP, fire damage restoration REMLAP AL, or Alabama. There's so many different variations. You just need to make sure that you're capturing all of the best keywords and utilizing those so that you can actually capture all of the traffic looking for the services. Um, you do have a good amount of content, but most of it is repetition, and Google doesn't like that. You need original content. You cannot duplicate your content, and each of these areas should be a summary of that specific service in the specific town, and you need to use those exact match keywords 2 to 3 times to even get picked up by Google. But you do need to make sure that each page has their own original content and their own keywords. Do not use the same keywords on multiple pages, as I mentioned before. Google has robots called crawlers that go and index each of these pages, pulling your original content and keywords so that you can be indexed for them and ranked and put in front of your customers when they're searching for you. If we look at your top competitor in Birmingham, we have Restoration One. Now, yes, they are a franchise, but you don't have to compete against the entire franchise, only this one specific location. And you're actually at an advantage because franchisees cannot modify their pages to add the content and go after the keywords they want to target. So they actually have to work 3 and 4 times harder to rank for keywords that are not actually on their site. But you do need to have more content than they have. You want to make sure that you're doing all the interlinking and that you really focus on those local buyer intent keywords. You need to have a minimum of 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage or more, depending on what your competitors are doing in each of the service areas. And then you also need to support your website with SEO, because a website without search engine optimization is not going to be found online. So you're missing 70% of potential leads. And if we look here, you have zeros across the board. And so I can't tell if this is a brand new website or if it's just the lack of content and keywords throughout your website. So you have a 0 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google does not trust your website. That's 100% based on your backlinks and referring domains. You do need a lot of these, but not all are created equal. These are kind of like a popularity contest for Google. So you do need a lot, but they need to be related to your industry and services, authoritative links. A referring domain is any website that will provide your website with a link, whereas the backlink is the physical link coming from another website to your website, and the intention is to drive traffic. And then you use those backlinks to support your keywords to help your keywords rank to the first page of Google. So as you can see, because your website is not optimized, you're not getting anybody to your website, so you're missing out on a ton of potential customers. Now, if we look at Restoration One, we don't care how their website is performing, just this one specific page. And they do have SEO working. They've got over 2,000 backlinks and 42 referring domains, but only 29 of them are do follow. And do follow referring domains will share the power of high ranking sites and help you to rank. So you do need to beat their 29 do follow referring domains, and Google only gives you credit for one backlink per referring domain. So everything else Google looks at as spam. So you really only have to beat that 29. But these guys do have 39 keywords, and they're getting over 102 people just to this one specific page. So again, it just shows you how important it's going to be to get this site optimized so you can start capturing that traffic and converting them into customers. And the last piece here is this Google My Business section. Your goal should be to be in the top 3 of this section, because nearly 30% of people who search only search in the maps and don't search anywhere else. So if you're not in the top 3 for each service area and keyword, then you send all those leads to your competition. Now, for this specific city, you are in the top, but you don't have any reviews or anything here. So there's a lot of optimization that still needs to be done. But if you want to be in the top 3 in those other areas, in addition to optimizing and getting reviews, you're going to need a lot of citations, and that's the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yelp, Yellow Pages, and Glassdoor. So you're going to want a lot more than your competition. And when you follow each of these tips I provided you today, your website can be number 1 across Google for each of your services and in each service area, using those local buyer intent keywords when they're supported by SEO backlinks. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you really found it helpful. And I would really love to get your feedback on it as well. And if you have any questions at all, go ahead and give me a call at the number on the screen and we can chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.